Hey everybody, Barry Kleiman. I hope you've been enjoying these sessions. I hope you've been writing about yourself. I hope it's made you think about yourself and what you want to happen in your life. And again, I assure you moving forward, we're going to take all of this information and help you make a how plan. All this is the what, and of course, the why. Ultimately, we'll turn it into a how, but I want to start with great raw materials. I want you to start with great raw materials. I want you to start with your own authenticity. I've told you before, I'm not here telling anybody what to do or be when they grow up. I don't even tell my own kids. Um, what I want to happen, is what you want to happen. I think the hardest thing in all of the years that I've been in the business I'm in, literally the single hardest thing, is to get people to trust themselves. There's some, I don't know what it is, but there's some issue in their brain that makes them think, well, somebody else is duplicitous, so they need to be duplicitous. And because somebody did this, they're going to do that and whatever. And again, I'm not here telling anybody what to do, but I'm going to assure you this. If you're sitting watching these videos, if you're sitting here listening to me, it's because something's not working. Now, maybe this won't work, but I assure you that whatever it was you've been doing, whatever plans you've made for yourself, whatever methodology you chose to execute on those plans didn't work. Because if it did, you'd be working on those things. Again, that's why this program is called Winning the Fifth Quarter. It's what's next. I've told you all the stories about me being in my fifth quarter. I hope I have sixth and seventh quarters. Change is life's only constant. But this is a way to kind of corral your thoughts and corral your personal beliefs and do what you want to do in the time that we're here to do it. Um, so anyway, that's what this is all about. And of course, so last night we finished about writing some non-negotiable down. What's non-negotiable in your life? Again, something that you are not, wouldn't give up on no matter what. It's up to you, right? I ask you to write it down. Change your mind anytime you want, but understand why you're changing your mind. So that's it. I wrote this book a while back, How the Truth Will Set You and Your Career Free. Um, I haven't spoken to anybody who doesn't like it. I think the title kind of puts people off. Actually, I think the title sucks because the truth scares people, but the contents, I think anybody who's read it has found easy to digest and understand. Executing on it is a hard thing, right? You got to actually take and trust and believe in yourself. The keynote of the book is this quote at the top by Lord Polonius, the only Shakespeare I really know. This above all to that own self be true. Lord Polonius said it to Laertes in Hamlet Act 1, Scene 3. This above all to that own self be true. So today's um, session, I think it's training camp day 6, starts with this poem by a gentleman named Peter Dale Wimbrow, who passed away in 1954. It's called The Man in the Glass. Um, you're going to be the judge of you, but the man in the glass says when you get what you want in your struggle and the world makes you king for a day, just go to the mirror and look at yourself and see what that man has to say. Women too, and I guess of course to women. It isn't your father or mother or wife whose judgment upon you must pass. The one whose verdict counts most in your life is staring back in the glass. He's the one you most must satisfy beyond all the rest, for he's right up to the end. He's with you right up to the end, and you've passed the most difficult test. If the man in the glass is your friend, you may be one who got a good break and think you're a wonderful guy. But the man in the glass says you're only a fake if you can't look him straight in the eye. You may fool the whole world down the pathway of years, and get pats on the back as you pass. But your final reward will be heartache and tears if you defeated the man in the glass. Look, we've all been there. I am not holier than thou. I've screwed up with the best of them. I wrote a blog post once. The lines from Sinatra: "I've been a puppet, a pirate, a poet, a pauper, a pawn, and a king." I have. Um, but the idea is to come out standing and get better, right? That's the idea. So what I'd like you to do, if you're genuinely serious about what we're doing, is give yourself a gift. It's the holiday time, right? Give yourself a gift. Give yourself the gift of integrity, personal integrity. Write it out for yourself. Um, think about it. A gentleman named Gary Ryan Blair, who was a teacher of mine, very smart guy, um, taught me a lot. We have differences in the way we approach the world and maybe even in politics, whatever, but it doesn't matter. He's a smart guy, and I've learned a lot from him. Um, he says that success is a result of making and keeping commitments to yourself and others. While all failed or unfinished goals, projects, and relationships are the direct result of broken obligations. It's that simple. Making and keeping appointments with yourself is more important than making and keeping appointments with others, says Dr. Covey. Um, honoring character defines an individual. Honoring commitments helps define character. So, character, commitments, these are fundamental, right? What I would ask of you and suggest that you consider doing is sitting down and writing an integrity pledge to yourself. I took that I have been working on. It's on the page here if we can find it. It's pretty simple. Not that it needs to be simple, but I wanted to make sure that I was as concise as I could for myself. My integrity pledge is to be on time, share the ball, live the golden rule, and do what I say I'll do. Made commitments to individuals, people, my family, my wife, my kids, my colleagues. I really try to honor them. I do everything I can to honor them. I've never always been the greatest most punctual person in the world. I've tried very hard to change that. These are my commitments to myself and, of course, to everybody around me. So there's a couple boxes here. What would you write? What would you commit to yourself? Again, you're the judge. Nobody's judging you. But if you can sit down and work this through and be able to look at the man in the glass or the woman in the glass, um, and look them straight in the eye. You don't need to share this with anybody. I certainly am not going to ask you to see it, but you need to have it, right? And you need to think about it. You need to believe in it. And I assure you, that if you can live your own integrity, walking around every day is a hell of a lot easier. All of these things, again, are foundational pieces to winning the fifth quarter, to winning your life, to making what you want to happen more and happen faster. Otherwise, what's it called? You're an imposter, right? Imposter syndrome. And you don't let anybody know, but when you put your head on the pillow at night, you know. So that's it. There's a quote at the bottom: the most important sale in your life is to sell yourself to yourself. Write an integrity pledge. It could be simple. One of my teachers says, in many ways, success has two basics: do what you say you're going to do and be on time. Your integrity pledge could be that simple. It then simply needs to be honored. So that's it. Man in the glass. I'll post it in the notes and hope this helps. And I hope everybody's staying safe, having a happy holiday season. Again, this is probably your personal integrity is probably the greatest gift you could give yourself and, frankly, people around you. I hope this is helping everybody. Be well. Man in the Glass in the show notes.